Oh, well, I can't give away the secrets, but you won't be disappointed.
Right now, the average American retiree pays between $1,200 and $2,500 every single month just to keep a roof over their head. Rent, mortgage, HOA fees, property taxes, numbers that don't stop climbing no matter how carefully you've planned. And if you're living on Social Security or a fixed pension, you already know what I'm talking about. You did everything right. You worked for decades. You saved. And somehow the cost of simply existing keeps eating into everything you set aside. But here's what most people in your situation haven't heard yet. There's a vehicle in development right now, not a car, not a truck, something that could completely eliminate your housing payment, something that could let you park anywhere in America, live completely off-grid, and never pay rent again. And the price tag that's been attached to it? $9,990. I'm not asking you to believe it yet, because by the end of this video, you'll have everything you need to decide for yourself whether this is real, whether it makes financial sense for your life, and what the hidden catch actually is. Because there is one, and most videos won't tell you what it is. What Elon Musk actually said and what he didn't. Let's start with the facts, and only the facts. At a recent Tesla shareholder event, Elon Musk said, and I'm quoting him directly, "I feel confident in saying it will be the most exciting product unveil ever. Production is probably about 12 to 18 months after that." He didn't say motorhome. He didn't say $9,990, but what he described, a vehicle completely unlike anything Tesla has ever built, something that functions as both transportation and a living space, has since been connected by industry analysts and Tesla insiders to what is now being called the Tesla Semi-Motorhome. Here's what we know is confirmed. Tesla is expanding the Semi platform. A Gen 2 version is in development at Giga Nevada, and Dan Priestley, the senior manager of Tesla's Semi program, publicly hinted years ago at a sleeper cab configuration, a vehicle where drivers could live for multiple days at a time. Now take that hint. Add Musk's obsession with affordable housing. The man famously lived in a $50,000 prefab home in Texas while running one of the world's largest companies. Add Tesla's track record of reusing platforms to cut costs dramatically, and the picture starts to come together. If you're wondering whether this is just another overpromised Elon idea, keep watching, because the engineering math on this one actually works out. Why Tesla didn't build this from scratch, and why that's good news for your wallet. Here's something that should immediately tell you this project is more grounded than it sounds. Tesla didn't design a motorhome from zero. That would have taken years and cost billions. Instead, they did what they've done before. They took an existing, proven platform and transformed it. Remember how the Model Y was built? Tesla didn't start fresh. They took the Model 3 architecture, widened it, raised the roof, and created one of the best-selling vehicles in American history. Same engineering logic, completely different product. The Tesla Semi motorhome reportedly follows the exact same playbook. According to sources familiar with the project, Tesla is retaining approximately 70% of the semi-truck's core design, the chassis, the electric motors, the high-voltage electrical architecture, and the structural frame. What they're removing is the cargo space. What they're adding is a fully livable interior. And before you think that sounds impossible, consider the Semi's dimensions. It's roughly 21 feet long, 8.5 feet wide, and 13 feet tall. That's almost identical to a Class A motorhome. The frame was already there. Tesla just had to decide what to put inside it. That decision to reuse rather than reinvent is what makes the $9,990 price point even remotely possible. And it's the same kind of thinking that could make this the most financially significant vehicle announcement for retirees in a generation. What's actually inside and what it means for your daily life? Let me walk you through what this vehicle is reportedly designed to include, not as a tech reviewer, but as someone thinking about what matters to you. First, the basics. The interior would feature a full sleeping area with a fold-down or fixed bed, a compact but functional kitchen, induction cooktop, refrigerator, storage, a bathroom with toilet and shower, and full HVAC, heating and air conditioning, powered entirely by the onboard battery. No generator noise, no exhaust fumes, no $80 a night campground hookup fee required. To power all of this without a generator, Tesla is reportedly equipping the Motorhome version with a 220 kilowatt-hour battery pack, scaled down from the Semi's 800 kilowatt-hour commercial configuration. That gives you an estimated 300 miles of driving range per charge, more than enough to get from Texas to New Mexico, from Florida to Tennessee, from California up into Oregon. But here's what separates this vehicle from every diesel motorhome you've ever seen parked at a campground. Tesla is integrating what's essentially a Powerwall system directly into the vehicle. That means while you're parked for days or even weeks, the battery isn't just sitting idle. It's functioning as your home's power grid, your lights, your refrigerator, your climate control, all running silently with zero fuel cost from stored electricity. Think about that for a moment. No generator running at 2 a.m., no propane tank to refill, no monthly electric bill, just silence and power and complete control over your own environment. The solar roof, your free electricity every single day. Now here's the part that changes the long-term math completely. Tesla is reportedly planning to include a solar panel array across the roofline of the motorhome. Not a token panel that trickle charges a single light, a scaled-down version of Tesla's commercial solar system, enough to meaningfully recharge the battery while you're parked in sunlight. What does that mean in practical terms? If you park for 3 to 4 days in a sunny location, Florida, Arizona, New Mexico, Southern California, the roof generates enough electricity to extend your usable battery life significantly without ever plugging in. You're essentially receiving free fuel every day the sun is shining. Over the course of a year, for a retiree who moves slowly, stays a week here, 2 weeks there, the energy cost of operating this vehicle could drop to near zero. Compare that to a traditional diesel motorhome, which burns between $5,000 and $10,000 worth of fuel annually, plus another $2,000 to $4,000 in maintenance, oil changes, transmission service, exhaust repairs, generator upkeep, costs that never stop. The Tesla motorhome, if the solar integration performs as reported, could eliminate that entire expense category, not reduce it, eliminate it. The 48-volt system. Why this matters more than the battery size. Most people skip past this part. Don't. Dan Priestley confirmed earlier this year that the next-generation semi-platform is moving to a 48-volt low-voltage electrical architecture, up from the current 12 and 24-volt system used in virtually every RV and truck on the road today. Why does this matter to you? In a standard RV, running high-draw appliances, air conditioning, an induction stove, a washer-dryer, requires thick, heavy copper wiring and causes significant energy loss. It's inefficient, it's costly, and it's one of the reasons traditional motorhomes feel underpowered for real living. A 48-volt system delivers the same power through lighter wiring with less heat, less energy loss, and more stability. In everyday terms, your air conditioner runs more efficiently in Arizona summer heat. Your kitchen appliances perform reliably. Your lights don't flicker when the compressor kicks on. It's the kind of infrastructure upgrade that doesn't make headlines, but it's the difference between a vehicle that kind of works as a home and one that actually functions like one. This isn't camping. This is designed to be a real house that happens to move. Starlink integration, the end of isolation on the road. Here's one of the biggest fears I hear from people considering full-time RV living or even extended road trips. What if I need to reach my doctor, my family? What if there's an emergency and I'm in the middle of nowhere? Traditional motorhomes have no answer to that. You're dependent on cell towers. In rural areas, you lose signal, you lose navigation, you lose access to the outside world. The Tesla motorhome reportedly solves this with direct Starlink satellite internet integration built into the vehicle's onboard system. Starlink now covers virtually the entire continental United States, including areas where no cell tower has ever existed, in the mountains of Montana, in the high desert of Nevada, in the backwoods of Maine. With Starlink on board, you maintain a live, high-speed internet connection anywhere you park. That means telehealth appointments with your doctor, video calls with your grandchildren, real-time GPS navigation, emergency communication, and yes, streaming whatever you want to watch at night. The fear of being cut off, of being unreachable when something goes wrong, disappears completely. That's not a small thing. For a lot of retirees, that fear alone is what keeps them tethered to a fixed address and a monthly rent check. The real cost comparison. Let's run the numbers together. I want to be direct with you here because this is where a lot of videos get vague. Let's put real numbers on the table. Current average rent in the United States, $1,500 to $2,200 per month depending on your state. Over 10 years, at $1,800 a month, that's $216,000 you've handed to a landlord. Money gone. Nothing to show for it. And that's assuming your rent never increases, which it always does. Now consider the Tesla motorhome scenario. Purchase price, $9,990 for the base model. Even if you finance it at a higher rate, the monthly payment on a $9,990 vehicle is negligible compared to rent. Campground fees for full hookups, $400 to $800 per month at most RV parks. Many retirees use public land, Bureau of Land Management areas, where stays are free for up to 14 days, then you move to the next spot. Electricity cost with the solar roof and battery system, potentially under $100 per month in actual energy expenses. Total monthly housing cost with this vehicle, $500 to $900, including everything. That's a savings of $900 to $1,700 every single month compared to renting. Over 10 years, that's $108,000 to $204,000 that stays in your pocket or goes to your family, your health care, your actual life. And unlike rent, this vehicle is an asset you own, something with resale value, something that can't raise its price on you in January. The challenges, because this is not a perfect story. I told you at the beginning there was a catch. Here it is, honestly, without softening it. Challenge 1. The megacharger network is still limited. Tesla's Semi uses megachargers, not the standard superchargers available at thousands of locations across the country. Megacharger stations are currently concentrated along major freight corridors. For a retiree who wants to travel off the beaten path, finding a megacharger when your battery is low could be a serious problem in 2026. This is real. It's the biggest practical limitation of this vehicle right now. The solar roof helps. You can recharge slowly while parked, but for fast charging on a long drive, the infrastructure isn't there yet. Challenge 2. Vehicle weight regulations. A motorhome built on the Semi platform will be heavy, significantly heavier than a standard Class B or Class C motorhome. This affects where you can legally park, what roads you can take, and what campgrounds will accept you. Some state parks and private campgrounds have weight limits that could exclude this vehicle. Challenge 3. this product has not been officially announced. I want to be completely transparent with you. The $9,990 price point comes from industry sources and analysts, not from a Tesla press release. Musk has hinted at a living vehicle. The Semi Gen 2 is confirmed. The motorhome configuration is reported but not publicly confirmed. Do not put any money down for this vehicle. If anyone contacts you asking for a deposit or a reservation fee for a Tesla motorhome, that is a scam. Full stop. Tesla's larger vision and why this is just the beginning. Here's what makes this more than just one product announcement. Tesla is quietly assembling an entire ecosystem of lifestyle vehicles. The Cybertruck Camper, an add-on living pod for the truck bed, is already in development. A Tesla van-based compact motorhome is reportedly in early design phases at Giga Nevada. And the semi-motorhome would sit at the top of this lineup as the flagship full living option. If Tesla executes this vision, they won't just be selling vehicles, they'll be selling a completely different way to live in retirement, one that costs less, moves freely, stays connected, and doesn't depend on a landlord, a utility company, or a property management firm for your basic survival. That's not a transportation company anymore. That's a company building infrastructure for human freedom. And the people who benefit most from that freedom are exactly the people watching this video right now. What a typical week could actually look like. I want to make this concrete, because numbers and specs only go so far. Let me walk you through what a real week in a Tesla motorhome might look like for a retired couple in their late 60s. Monday morning, you leave Tucson, Arizona. The battery is at full charge, 300 miles of range. You drive northwest towards Sedona, about 180 miles. The drive costs you roughly $10 in electricity. You arrive midday, find a Bureau of Land Management site outside the town, completely free to use, and park with a view of the Red Rocks. You don't plug in. You don't need to. The solar roof starts replenishing your battery the moment you stop moving. By sunset, you've recovered 40 miles of range just from sitting still in Arizona sunlight. Your Starlink connection is live. You video call your daughter in Georgia. You watch the evening news. The air conditioning runs quietly through the night. Wednesday, you decide to stay another 2 days. The battery, combined with daily solar recharge, hasn't dropped below 70% despite running the climate system in all your appliances. You haven't spent $1 on electricity since you arrived. Friday, you move on toward the Grand Canyon's south rim. Another 120-mile drive. Total energy cost, about $7. Total cost of your 4-day stay in Sedona, under $20. Now compare that to what you would have paid in a hotel, a rental, or even a traditional RV campground with hookup fees. The math isn't close. And this is what Tesla understands that most housing companies don't. For retirees on fixed incomes, the greatest financial threat isn't one large expense, it's the relentless accumulation of monthly costs that never stop. Rent, utilities, maintenance fees, parking, all of it compounding year after year against an income that doesn't grow. A self-powered, self-sufficient vehicle doesn't just reduce those costs, it restructures the entire financial equation of retirement living. The software advantage nobody is talking about. There's one more thing I want to cover before we get to the challenges, because it's something that traditional RV manufacturers simply cannot match, and it matters more than most people realize. Tesla vehicles receive over-the-air software updates. The same way your phone downloads a new operating system overnight, Tesla pushes improvements directly to the vehicle without requiring a trip to a dealership or a service center. For a motorhome used as a primary residence, that matters enormously. It means your navigation system stays current. Your energy management software improves over time, getting smarter about when to draw from the battery versus the solar panels based on your usage patterns. Safety features get updated automatically. The interface becomes more intuitive as Tesla learns how owners are actually living in these vehicles. Traditional motorhome owners know a very different reality. The navigation unit in a 2019 diesel RV runs 2019 maps. The software managing the generator is the same software it shipped with. There are no updates. There is no improvement. What you bought is what you have until it breaks. With a Tesla motorhome, the vehicle you own on day 1 is not the same vehicle you'll have in year 3. It gets better. That's a fundamental shift in what it means to own something. Here's the bottom line. The Tesla semi-motorhome, if it lands near $9,990, is one of the rare technology products that could genuinely reduce what you spend every single month to live. Not theoretically, but in real dollars. The engineering is feasible. The platform exists. The math works. But it is not officially confirmed. The charging network has real gaps, and anyone asking you for a deposit right now is running a scam. Walk away. 2 questions before you go, and I actually read every comment. First, would you live in this full-time or just use it for extended trips? Drop your answer below. 1 line is enough. I'm using those responses to shape the next video. Second, what's your biggest concern about this vehicle? The charging infrastructure? The weight? The price being too good to be true? Tell me, because that's exactly what I'll cover next week, a full breakdown of whether this vehicle is actually practical for retirees, state by state, with real numbers. If you're not subscribed, hit that button now and turn on the bell. This channel doesn't chase views. It exists to give you honest analysis, the trade-offs, the risks, and the real opportunities before you make a decision that affects the rest of your financial life. No hype, no sales pitch, just the facts every week. I'll see you in the next one.